Beautiful morning, everyone. Um, so we've just concluded the trainings across the branches, and like I said during the training, that we have a quick assignment that I would need every one of us to do. That assignment obviously would help us brainstorm on our practice and how to make our practice more effective and more targeted towards character development, right? So let's just do a quick takeaways of some of the things that we discussed during our training, right? So hold on. So some of the key takeaway and a major takeaway actually of the training is the fact that we realize that we must transform ourselves if we hope to transform our children. So the first work needs to be done on ourselves first. And hopefully in trying to struggle to change yourself, you begin to um, you begin to identify the struggles that children may also go through in trying to improve their character, which makes it easier for you to help them. So a lot of the ideas that I shared in the training, I hope that you are able to sit back, relax, and reflect on a lot of them. Something that we also talked about was that character can be caught, it can be taught, it can be sought. Always put that at the back of your mind. Finally, the main objective of character education is not perfect character, it's character mindfulness. If you talk about character long enough, if you talk about character consistently enough, your kids or your children will remember that character matters. In everything that they do, they will reflect on their character and on their actions. So it's important that we realize that there's no perfect character, but only to instill the mindset of the character mindset in. So, in character court, we talk about role modeling. But the question becomes, how do we model these virtues as teachers? Right? We talk about role models. Children are going to be watching us. But if children are watching us, what are they seeing and what are they learning? We've said it before a lot of times. I said it in my training that whether you teach character or not, children are going to develop their character from you. So the question is it by default or is it by design? Is it by default or is it by design? The goal or the aim or the plan of a character education school is to do it by design. So if you're going to do it by design, how do you, by design, model the right virtues to your children? How do you consciously model the right virtue to your children? How do you deliberately model the right virtues to your children? How do you model respect? How do you model leadership? How do you model curiosity? How do you model service? And how do you model confidence? How can you do this? Some of them are pretty obvious ways that you can, but you need to brainstorm a lot on the others to find out how can you consciously and unconsciously model this behavior to children. They say that children learn from us as we go about our daily activities. So some of the things are things that you are probably doing without knowing that children are learning from you. So how do we model these things, these virtues to our children? I think that's the fundamental question. So we're going to have a quick assignment, and I'm going to hold everybody responsible. The head of school is responsible for this assignment. It's going to take like a week for us to brainstorm. I know it is the midterm examination week, so you're a bit busy. So I'm going to give you till next week to work on the assignment. Each branch is going to work on this. Allen branch, Jones branch, college branch, and the high school, all separately. So we have 4 groups. You're going to brainstorm on this. How do you model each of these virtues? Write as many ideas as you can. For instance, how can you model leadership as a teacher? Consciously and unconsciously, how do you model it? Right? How do you model it? What do you do that would help a child learn leadership? I'm not talking about thoughts now. Don't tell me you're going to teach them this. No. How do you act it out in your daily practice that children will probably learn leadership from you? How do you model confidence in your daily activity as you go about your work as a teacher? And children will learn confidence from you. This is a very, very interesting discussion to have. It makes you reflect on your own practice. So how do you do that? I want each branch to brainstorm and come up with as many ideas for each of the virtues and submit by the 23rd of October. By the time I go through, the branch with the best ideas will get a gift from me. And I always fulfill my promises. So I want you to put your best down. Only teachers, Teachers, if you have intents, you can add them. But teachers and the head of schools, come together and let us reflect on our practice and how our practice affects character development in our schools. Thank you so much.